I'm here. I'm live. I'm ready to go. I want to share something with you before you all turn in for the night. Good, 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 good. Let's do me a favor. Share, like, hit, get somebody in here, get your friends in here, get your family in here, get your people in here. Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk. I want to say something to you. I want you to hear something, and I want you to try to listen to what's being said. Please do me a favor. Share, like, hit those buttons. Let people know that Collie W. Chris the Third is on. That's who I am. And I'm glad to see all of you that are gathering. I hope you continue to jump on here because something I want to say. All right. So before we get started, I want you to know that what I'm about to tell you, what I'm about to share with you, is something that's been on my heart for a minute, and I haven't really talked about it much, but I want to talk about it tonight. I think it's important that we hear this. I think it's important that we have this dialogue. So do me a favor, please hit the like button, hit the share button. My wife is on, Lady Chris, and I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this tonight. Um, let's see who else is on here. Those of you who are on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, that's the only platforms I'm coming from. Let's start with saying this. One of the challenges that one of the things that I think we're struggling with is the fact that we are hearing things but we're not listening. All right, we are hearing things but we're not listening. We have a lot of noise. There's a whole lot of information. There's a whole lot of undercurrent. There's a whole lot of background noise, but we're not listening. We're hearing a lot, but we're not listening. And I think, and I know the challenge is that God is trying to share something with us, trying to get us to listen. We hear, but we don't listen. And when we hear without any intention, without any focus, then we lose sight of what's being said, what's being communicated, what's being revealed, and we miss out on what the things that God is trying to release to us. I was um, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was driving to work, and the Lord dropped this in my spirit. He says, "They hear me, but they're not listening." And I said, "What's the difference?" So we're going to talk about a few minutes what the difference is between hearing and listening. Hearing is the ability to hear anything. You don't necessarily have to understand what you're hearing, but the ability to hear. And other word says like let those who have an ear let them hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. The next part of that is what the Spirit is saying to the church. That means now you have to listen. Listening is with an intention to understand what's being communicated. All right. So hearing is just hearing anything. There's no intent. I overhear stuff all the time. Stuff I have no intentions of hearing. Things you hear. You hear noise outside. You hear noise in the background. But what you listen to is with an intent. And I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you tonight, what are you listening to? Like what are you listening to? Because what you listen to would ultimately alter, change, empower, direct, redirect what you do, what you ingest, what you receive, what you embody is what you're listening to. And listening has to come with a sense of intent, right? When people are talking to you, are you just hearing them or are you listening to what they're saying? And let me help you with this. Some of us have to listen to what's not being said. Oftentimes we're trying to hear something, we're listening, but we're only listening to what's being said. But you need to start listening to what's not being said, because there's a lot of information that is getting past you because you're not analyzing what you're hearing, you're not dissecting what you're hearing, you're not trying to really parse out the information that you're hearing. And I want to help you tonight. I want to help you. I want you to turn up the volume, and I want you to listen in 2026. Stop just hearing stuff. Listen, ask questions, ask yourself questions, listen to yourself. Some of you don't even listen to yourself. Some of you don't even listen to your own advice. One of the things that I've challenged myself and I challenge others, take your own advice. Are you listening to what you're saying to someone else? Are you listening to what you're saying to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to your heart? Are you listening to your body? Are you listening to the way you process? Are you listening to your emotions? Are you listening? You hear a lot, but you're not paying attention on listening. You need to start listening to what's being said, listening to what you are hearing. All right. The Bible tells us in the hearing the word of God, listening the word of God. When you read the word of God, what are you reading? Are you just reading to be reading, or are you listening to what God is trying to communicate to you? All right. And the Bible talks about a lot about the hearing. Romans 10 and 17, it tells us, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Not just those who hear the word, here we go, but those who do what it is that you heard. How much of this stuff are you actually doing? Now let's just talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. I want to say it like this. Let me say it like this. Your bodies are always telling you something, right? Okay, let me give an example. If you have high sugar foods, and it's not going to be a diet talk, but I'm just trying to give an example. If you have high sugar foods, your body is going to respond to that, and it's going to give you information on how it digests it. Okay, let me explain. Your body, you eat this food, your blood sugar goes through the roof. You get high energy, right? Your body is telling you that this food is causing high energy. However, are you still listening? Because at the end of this, it's going to drop. Your energy is going to drop and you're going to crash. Now, you know this is going on. You know this is what happens. If you overeat, you gain weight. You know this is going to happen. While you're having that cupcake, I just had a cupcake. While you're having that cupcake, you know that cupcake's going to make you fat. You know that. You heard that. You understand it, but you don't listen. You're not taking your own advice. You are not listening to your body. If you don't sleep well, your body's going to tell you that you are lack of sleep. You're going to get a headache. You're going to be foggy, right? If you let people talk down to you, listen, you got to, some of you have to start listening to what people are saying to you. People are saying things to you. There's a book I told you about years ago. The Body Knows the Score, right? The body knows the score. Okay, so good to see you, Jackie. Good to see you, Elder Woods. The body knows the score. What that means is that your body, right, is telling you that thing that you are dealing with, the trauma, the toxicity, the negativity, those things that your body's telling you, it's telling you that it's not good for you. So you are constantly around these people. You know, when you leave around certain people who are toxic, people who are not good for you, people who don't respect you, listen to me, and you keep going around them, you know they're not good for you, but you're not listening. You are not taking yourself seriously. There's a sense of lack of self-love. Listen to me. A sense of do I love me? If you love yourself, you will listen to yourself. If you love yourself, you would cut certain things off because why? Because it's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. It's not. Are you looking at your life? I know I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place for a reason, because I'm trying to parse out areas of your life that you know you need to deal with. If you look over your life, you look at what is my progression? What am I progressing? Am I growing? What do I need to grow? I know what to do to grow. I know what to do to prosper. Why am I not doing those things? I hear what I'm supposed to do, but I refuse to listen. I refuse to take it seriously. I refuse to love myself the way I deserve to be loved. And I want everybody else to love me, but I don't even love me. Don't you understand that your first response to your first duty to yourself is to love yourself? Do you not know that? I'm going to say it again. You are supposed to love yourself. And you need to make sure that you spend time on asking God to help you love what he made you. Are you hearing me? All right. Okay, I see y'all chat. I see y'all talking. I see C-Fan. Good to see you, Talia. I got to start loving how he made me. I got to love who I am. I got to love what God has done in me. And people say, well, that's loving the flesh. See, now you're on the wrong track here, because the Bible says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. The problem is you are listening to people. Listen, you are listening to people who are not meaning you well, and you are ignoring you. Are you hearing me? You have to start putting certain things in your spirit that promotes wholeness and completeness and deliverance and healing and prosperity. You got to start feeding yourself that, because the more you feed yourself that, the more you will grow. You hear this, but you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. I was saying to my son the other day, we were talking, I set him down, and let me give you this example. I said to him, I said, hey, man, there's those kids in class that are clowning and carrying on and doing stupid stuff, right? And I said to him, I said, listen, let me tell you something, son. Those people are not your friends. See, they're laughing, they're throwing paper at you, they're getting you in trouble, but they're not your friends. I said, do you hear what I'm saying to you? They're not your friends. People who will constantly try to take advantage of you don't care about you. And I know that's hard for some of you to believe that. That's why you hear it, but you're not listening to it. Are you getting this? You hear them because they'll listen, they'll cuss you out. They'll turn their back on you. They'll walk away from you. You hear it, but you're not listening to what they're saying to you. And let me tell you what happens. The more you let that in, the more you let that negative energy in, the more you let that negative stuff in your spirit, the worse you're going to be. And I'm telling you right now, you got to start listening to yourself, because your body is telling you, your mind, your spirit is telling you an awful lot of things. Let me go through here real quick. Matthew 13 says, hearing that they hear not, neither do they understand. You are hearing, but you are not trying to listen. I tell people all the time, stop allowing people. I want y'all to hear me. Stop allowing people, here we go, to say anything to you without you addressing it. The reason why people are saying things to you without you addressing it, because you're not listening to what they're saying. Let me give you an example. Somebody calls you, or somebody calls you up, or you call somebody, whatever the case is, and they start telling you everything about their situation, right? Listen, and let me say it like this, and I'll let you go. I'm gonna let you go. It's a quick one. It's a quick one tonight. You call someone. Listen, you call someone. You need to talk to them because you're going through something. Okay, they answer the phone, and you start sharing your heart with them. I want y'all to pay attention to this and watch this, because you got people in your life who does this to you all the time, but you're not paying attention. You call them. You start sharing your heart with them, things you're going through. You need counsel. They're your friend, whatever the case is. And then before long, by the time that conversation is over, it's all about them. Listen, I want you to hear me. You call someone to share your heart before the conversation is over, it's all about them. They have flipped the conversation to make it about them. Right? They have flipped the conversation to make it about them. Let me tell you what they just did to you. They don't care nothing about what you're going through. They only care that you hear about what they're going through. And I want y'all to hear me tonight. Those people, either you correct them or don't bother talking to them again. And I know you don't want to hear that. God bless you. This Josie? This is Josie? I think that's you. Grace and peace. Happy New Year. I think this is she got a new name. So good to see you, my brother, Pastor Greg. You have to be very careful with these people, because these people are telling you really how they feel about you. I want y'all to hear me. They are telling you what they think about you. They're telling you that you really don't matter to them. But you're not listening to that, because you're just glad that someone answered the phone. You're just glad that someone picked up the phone. And before you know it, they completely flipped the situation around about them. Now, whereas you needed counsel, now they're trying to draw counsel, and then they have the audacity to tell you that your problems is not half as bad as theirs. You need to get away from those people. They're telling you things, and one of the things that I try to do. I have these conversations. I've been having these conversations lately about certain people. Listen to me, y'all. 2026 is going to be very careful, very important. You're going to start shedding and get rid of certain relationships. There's some people you just got to put in that predicament, in that box. Stop trying to redeem these people. You are not listening to them. You hear them, but I was telling my wife the other day, I said, every now and again, I make the mistake, and I want y'all to hear what I'm about to say to you. Good to see you, Elder Conquest. Every now and again, I make the mistake in thinking, listen, that I can help change somebody through my words who is unchangeable. Y'all got to get this. Because I use words, I talk a lot, right? I really think that my words can talk a fool out of being a fool, can talk a narcissistic personality out of being a narcissistic personality, to tell a person who is self-centered, self-absorbed, and wicked and evil. Yeah, listen, that's a problem. And I said to my wife, I said, that's a problem I have. That's something I have to work through. That's something, because as a preacher, our job is to try to convince people to come to Christ. But the Bible says they can't come unless he draws them. So if they can't come unless he draws them, then what am I going to do? See, you have to start learning and accepting accepting your limitations as it relates to people in your life who are toxic, who are damaging, who can't be saved. I know that's hard to hear, but I'm going to help you. Listen to what I'm saying. There are some people in your life who cannot be saved. Oh my God. Did the preacher just say that? Yes, I did. That's y'all gonna be mad at me. There are some people in your life, they could be relatives, who cannot be saved, who cannot be delivered. Anybody can be delivered. No, they can't. There are people that Christ said himself, they will never be drawn. They are not mine. And I know we don't want to hear that, because we want to save the world. We Christians want to save the world. We believe everybody, we believe everybody can be, they cannot. And you're going to have to let certain people go. And let me tell you something about this. When you start listening to them and how they really feel about you, when you start hearing what they really think about you, and how they really regard you and disregard you, and you will realize, I can't listen to them no more. And let me tell you where it starts. When you start seeing your value. The minute you can see your value and what you're worth, then everything changes. So what am I saying? The minute you start seeing your value and appreciate your worth, everything changes. Because you realize that your pearls will do swine no good. Christ said, do not cast your pearls upon swine, because not that, and I'll say this before, and I said it before, and I'll say it again, not that they don't want to appreciate the pearls, but pigs cannot appreciate the pearls. You're dealing with people who don't have the ability, listen, this is going to be hard for you, to really appreciate you. So what you have to do is that you have to start listening to who you are, and you need to listen to people who speak into your life. Please hear me. Some of you are giving your money to people who will never change. I'm telling you right now, you are giving your money, your time, your talent, your gifts, to people who will never change. And I don't care how much you pray, I don't care how much you cry, I don't care how much what you do, they will never change. You hear me, but you're not listening to me. And don't you know that listening is a skill set? Don't you know that listening is a skill set. It's something that you have to really practice. Let me tell you, when I started going to therapy, before I was going to therapy, I used to listen like this. I used to listen for the point of thinking about what I'm going to say next. See, when you really listen to somebody, you try to put yourself into their predicament. So next time when you are listening, listen to what's being said and try to put yourself in their place. And once you start doing that, then you have a greater appreciation. And again, it starts with you listening to you. Some of y'all, please, before this year gets really up and ramped up and going, and I'm done, spend some time, ask the Lord, what's my direction, and listen to what he says, and then go and do it. The other day, I asked the Lord something. I did not like the answer I got. Listen to me. Listen. I asked the Lord something. I did not like the answer I got, but it didn't matter because I'm listening. Because what I resolved is this, and I'm gonna let you go. Whatever he has for me, even though I may not like what I got to go through at this moment to deal with it, it's gonna work out for my good. See, that's I heard you. Now I'm listening to what you're saying because I now know that whatever you tell me to do, whatever instructions you give me, it's going to work out for me. It's going to be for my good. So I may not like it, but I'm listening. And why am I listening? Because I trust you. And I want you to hear me, saints of God. Again, I know I'm all over the place today, but I need you to hear this. Start listening. Ask the people in your lives who are talking to you. You know, one of the things I used to do? I used to tell people to do stuff like this. I said, talk to me like I'm a 2-year-old. I mean, break it all the way down to me so I can really understand what you're saying. So I can really, really get that you're saying what you're saying to me. And let me tell you something. If some of you would stop and listen to some of the people you're talking to, you will say to yourself, they're crazy. See, the reason why you haven't come to that realization is because you're not listening to them. When you start listening to people and start really dissecting what they're saying, you realize you're off. There's something wrong with you. Do you really believe that? I used to go to prisons. And I used to talk to guys who were incarcerated, women and men. And I would go and counsel them. I would go and sit and listen to the conversation. Let me tell you how some of these conversations went. I was talking to a young man one day, and he was telling me about his situation, his crime. And I'm listening to him talk, and I'm really engaged in what he's saying. And then he says to me, I said, so what do you think got you here? And so this is what he says to me. He says, well, man, what got me here is I went to the store to rob the store. This is what he says to me. I went to the store and robbed the store. But a cop was around the corner. And that's if I waited 10 minutes, I wouldn't be here. That's what he said. Did y'all hear that? That's what he said. He said, I went to rob the store. I would not be here if the cop wasn't around the corner. And I listened to that and I said to him, I said, do you really believe that? He said, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, man. I said, so when you leave here, the only thing you got to do when you try to rob somebody else is make sure a cop's not around the corner. He said, yep, next time I'll just make sure there's no cops around. And I said to him, I says, "Can I tell you why you're really here?" He said, "Well, no, I said, "No, no, hear me out. I'm going to tell you why you're really here. Which you don't understand. My job is to help you understand this. You're here because you robbed a store. You're not here because a cop was around the corner. You are here because you committed a crime, and you robbed the store." He said, "What? No, man, the cop." I said, "I hear what you're saying, man. But let me ask you a question. If you went into the store, bought a pack of gum, paid the money, and walked out, would you be here in that one incident?" He says, "No." I said, "So what's the thing that changed all that? If the cop was around the corner, you went to the store and bought your gum, would you be here for that crime of robbing the store at that crime that day?" No. I said, "So you do realize that you're here because you robbed the store, not because the cops around the corner." See, the problem with certain mindsets is that they believe that the reason why they're in something has nothing to do with what they were doing. It has to do with something else, some other factor. Are you listening to what I'm saying to you? And some of the reasons why some of the predicaments that you are finding yourself in today is not the extenuating circumstances. It's because you did not do something about something you knew you should do something about. The reason why that person that you loaned your last dollar to, or whatever you gave them, the reason why you broke right now is because you gave to somebody who was not going to pay you back, and you knew they were not going to pay you back. You know what happened? You didn't listen the last time when you realized that they're good for nothing. They will never be honorable. You're not listening. Another thing you're not doing, you're not telling people around you the truth. Sometimes you're going to have to tell people, you know what? I will never allow you into my life again. I've listened to you for real this time, and I realize I was talking to someone today, and they said to me they had a conversation with somebody that they love. They try to give them chance to chance and chance and chance and chance and chance over and over and over. And then they finally stopped one day. This is what the person said to me. "I finally stopped, and I realized that person will never change, and I'm no longer going to give myself to them because it's costing me too much." I want to say this to some of you. Some of you have spent too much trying to redeem people who have no redemptive qualities. I know this is hard for some of you because you're thinking about the person right now that you should be letting go. You are, and it's hurting you. It's hurting you. And you don't want to let go. You don't want to turn your back because you love them. And I sense it right now. I know I'm talking to somebody right now who's thinking about somebody that's in their life who's full of toxicity, who's evil, who's wicked, selfish, don't care nothing about you, and you don't want to let them go. But you are not listening to them. They really don't care about you. They really are only using you. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and she was sharing with me about someone that she knew who specifically told her that I'm only in this person's life for what I can get from them. So I got to make sure I'm in their good graces because I'm going to need them to get something from them. That person is wicked. And there are some people in your life right now who are and they could be close to you, who are only using you to get what they want. They are wicked. They are evil. And you need to get away from them. And I know you saved. And I know you sanctified. And I know you filled with the Holy Spirit. And I know you got to love everybody. You can love everybody, but you don't have to be nobody's fool. I have not read that anywhere in the scriptures. You can love people and not be somebody's fool. And I know some of you, again, I know I can feel you cringing. I can feel you cringing because there's somebody that you're supposed to hold on to the day they die. And let me tell you something, I'm releasing you right now because you know that person is draining you dry. They are sucking everything out of you. And you know you got to let them go. And let me help you. Let me give you some advice. Some of these people, oh God, this is good. Some of these people will never grow as long as you're in their life. Oh, that's heavy. There are some people in your life, you are the worst thing for them because you are their enabler. You enable them, you make them weak. They are only doing what they do because they know you are going to keep bailing them out. You are hurting them by being in their life. You are their problem because you won't listen to the fact that they will not grow, they will not prosper, they will not flourish as long as you're in their life. You are the problem. What's that old show? You are the weakest link. And let me tell you something else. Oh God, this is getting deeper. The reason why you're like that because you have this dire need to be needed. You have attached yourself to them because by being in their life, you find significance to your own life. Yes. Now that's going to hurt a little bit. That's going to sting a little bit. The only reason why you are even in their life is because you have a need, a desire, a dire need to be needed. You have this low self-esteem about yourself. So you got to play somebody's hero. You got to play somebody's savior. So you got these people in your life who you help because you don't feel like you have any significance unless you're helping them. Are you listening to what I'm saying to you? That's why you're there, because something is inside of you saying that, well, they need me. You need to be needed. You have such low self-esteem about who you are that you feel like if I don't have someone I gotta help, I'm not worthy. I have no significance. And that's a lie. That's a lie. And you know what's even sadder about this thing? Let me help you. The person that you are helping will never change. But that same love, compassion, listen, that same gifting you have, it really belongs to somebody else who's really going to benefit from it. But here it is, you over here giving all yourself to this parasite. Y'all, woo, you're giving all your energy, all your love, all your commitment, all your money to this parasite. Whereas there's somebody over here who will take a fraction of what you're giving and run with it. And make their life, and they won't just bless them, it'll bless you. And you will always find yourself in this predicament until you start realizing what your self-worth is and what your value is. It all starts with that. So the first question I have for you tonight, are you listening to you? Every time you finish talking to people, there are people that I have talked to that after I talk to them, I'm exhausted. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand. How many of you got some people in your life when you have a conversation with them, you are literally exhausted. You are spent. You are, oh my God, what's wrong with me? You can't sleep. You feel like you've been running a marathon. Anybody? Just Collie? Just me? Just me? There are people that and listen, if they're not in your life now, you've been delivered, but you've had people in your life that after you have a conversation with them, and it could be a simple conversation, it's not even that complicated, and by the time you're done having this conversation, you're like, oh my God. Oh, and let me tell you something. You got nothing out of it. Nothing changed. No, there's no transformation. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, y'all listen. God, I love my father, I love him to life. I love my dad, love him to life, and he's no longer with us. But I remember having conversations with my dad about situations and circumstances that he was dealing with that he wanted me to give him advice on, and he would talk to me. We would talk about these things for hours. And I will be so spent trying to help him understand what it is that he's trying to do. Come to find out, he never took my advice anyway and did something totally different, and it blew up. And now I got to talk to him about what he did wrong, about what he should not have done. You got some people in your life right now who will spend all their time talking to you, sucking everything out of you with no intentions on trying to use what you gave them. Those people you got to let go. Now, my dad, I couldn't let go. I had to keep talking to him because he's my dad. I had to honor him. But what I did is I stopped giving all of my energy to that, because I really thought he really going to do what I suggested, because he asked me. But some people in your life right now, you got to say, you know what, that's it. That's it. That's it. And you got to learn how to stop talking to them. Stop giving your energy to them. You hear me, but you're not listening to me. I was talking to Bishop Brian Keith Williams, a friend of mine, mentor of mine, and we were talking about something. And he said to me, he says, "You're reading that wrong." That's what he told me. He says, "No, you're reading that wrong." And I had to take a step back. See, what I did not do is argue with him about what I thought I heard, what I thought I saw, and how I was reading the situation. What I did was I looked again. I took a step back. I heard what he said. And I said, let me look at this again. Let me look at this again. There are times when I'm talking to my wife and she's explaining something to me, and I have to take a step back. And I ask questions, because I'm trying to understand what she's saying. I'm trying to get what she's saying. I'm really trying to listen to what is being said to me, because I want to get it. And if you got people in your life who are not really trying to take time to listen to your heart and listen to what you're saying and take the time, they don't respect you. They don't honor you. They don't care about you. Some of you got to stop trying to go so heavy into these things and say, do you have any interest in learning and listening to what I'm saying to you? Is that part of it? Do you have any interest in listening to me? Or are you just trying to defend what you did or what you said? Do you really care to listen to what I'm saying to you? I know you hear me, but you're not listening to me. And that's what the Lord is saying to you. I know you hear me, but you're not listening to me. That's what your heart is saying to you. I know you hear me crying out to you, but you're not listening to me. Your body, the health problems you're having. I know you hear me. I'm telling you that I'm not well. I'm telling you that I don't feel good. I'm telling you I don't have the right energy. I'm not getting the proper sleep. You're not putting the right foods in me, but you're not listening to me. I know you hear me because I'm sending you all kinds of signals, but you're not listening to me. And I want to tell you this tonight. Please listen to you. I want y'all to put in the chat, I'm going to listen to me. I'm going to listen to me. I'm going to listen to what the Lord is saying to me. I'm going to listen to what the word is saying to me. I'm going to listen to what those who love me are saying to me. Welcome to 2026. I got a lot of word here. I'm not going into it. She just says, take heed, therefore, how you hear. How we hear. How'd you hear that? I'm trying to get better and better and better with listening. Good. I see y'all putting in the chat. I'm going to listen to me. I'm going to stop allowing people to abuse me. I'm going to stop allowing people to take advantage of me. I'm going to stop giving my best to people who don't appreciate me. I'm going to stop having conversations with people who are not even listening to me. I'm going to start giving it. I'm going to stop giving advice to people who will not listen to me. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop going to battle where there's no spoil. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to windmill. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing none of that no more. I'm not. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not giving you my food. I'm not inviting you to dinner. I'm not giving you my time. I'm not answering your calls. I am not. I won't receive emails from certain people. I will not receive certain mail from certain people. Don't send me a letter. I will put return to sender on your letter. Some people do not have complete access to me. I've eliminated their access to me. And you're going to have to do the same thing if you want peace. Some of you want peace in your life. You're going to have to create your own peace. That means you have to turn certain things off. You got to turn certain people off. Somebody, you got to turn off your own trauma. Some of that junk y'all got going on with y'all. Stuff that happened to you, stuff you have not forgiven yourself for, stuff you have not given. You are going to have to turn that off. You're going to have to start loving yourself, forgiving yourself, and freeing yourself because you are binding yourself. My brother Ron, God bless you. Everybody's not going to be happy for you. You're going to have to learn how to deal with that. Everybody's not going to celebrate you. You're going to have to be happy about that. Everybody's not going to love you. Everybody's not going to want to see you succeed. People are not going to believe the fact that you are married. My wife and I, we're celebrating 5 years tomorrow. 5 years. We are happier than pig and slop. We are happy. Almost said something. It'd be funny. Oh God, I can't. It's funny. I can't say it. Oh Lord, because it's not tasteful. But you can be happy. You can be happily married. You can be at peace. Stop selling yourself short. You have something to offer. You have something to give. You are somebody is looking for you to find you. My wife, when I was talking the other day, she was like, babe, this is the longest relationship I've ever been in. I said, really? I said, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just around the wrong people who can't appreciate you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm like, how that happened? Man, listen. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just got to get around people who appreciate you. You got to start listening to, you got to start believing, okay, I am good. I got something to give. Just because I didn't get along with this one, I'm not gelling with that one. Bump that. No, I gotta find my tribe. I gotta find the one who can appreciate me. You might have some quirky ways and some strange ways, and it don't go along with everybody, but you gotta know that you have something to give. Somebody like your little crazy, quirky self. Somebody like your little antics and little stuff you do. Sometimes my wife cracks me up. She said, baby, you know me. I just gotta let me talk. Just let me talk. You know, I'm gonna just that's okay. You know how I am, right? I know how you are. Just go ahead, babe. What you gotta say? Go and get it all out. That's why you gotta let people be who they're gonna be. You gotta be around somebody who can love you for you, and they don't have to agree with you. They don't have to be like you, but they let you be you. My wife we get to talking. I talk and she listens. I know sometimes she ready to go to sleep, ready to turn, but she will sit there and listen to me, and I do the same for her. Why? Because that's what we give each other. We listen to each other. And that's what you want. You want somebody in your life who's going to stop and listen to you, even if it ain't making no sense, even if it's upside down, even if it's cool. You just need to talk. And you need somebody who loves you enough just to let you talk, who got time for you, who stay up for you, who will windmill for you, who will give everything for you, who will ride or die with you. And sometimes you got to make sure you find that one who got you. Everybody ain't going to get you. And yeah, you might be with someone right now that ain't got you. It can never get you. We ain't never meant to get you. You hooked up with them for the wrong reason. Ask the Lord to help you. First, love you. And when you love you, it's going to come, everything's going to lock in. But the problem with some of us, we don't love ourselves. I was talking to a young man the other day. He's a therapist. And we were talking about how a lot of us in our culture, a lot of our people don't even go to therapy. They don't take the time to try to heal. They don't take the time to try to heal. They don't take the time to try to recover and restore and take some time to love on you. Because we're too busy trying to look through the lens of other people. And you got to ask God, Lord, what do you see? What do you see? I see you, Lady Plowden. God bless you. Taya, God bless you. I see you. Brother Ron, good to see you, my brother. I'm glad you all are here tonight. But you got to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, people who will listen, people you can listen to, people you can give yourself to, and people who will give themselves to you. 2026 is you gotta shed all that nonsense. You gotta get rid of all that other stuff, and you gotta start listening. Help me understand what you're saying to me. I'm trying to hear you. Help me understand what you're saying to me. I hear you, but you're not listening to me. And maybe I'm not explaining it right. But help, I'm willing to work it out with you to get an understanding. I'm trying to, because I don't want to fight. And if we got to fight, let it. Listen, let me help y'all. Can I help you all? Let me help you with this. Confrontation is healthy if you utilize it properly. Some of y'all should put that in the chat. Confrontation is healthy if you utilize it properly. Some of us are not utilizing confrontation. We are having confrontation, but we're not using it to better us. You're not. You're just fighting, and you're going away with bumps and bruises, but you have there was no growth. If you have confrontation or argument or disagreement, make sure that you come away with something that makes you move forward, that progresses you. Don't walk away with the attitude. My wife and I were talking the other day. What happened? I forget. We had something. I told my, listen, I use this example all the time. So we was having a conversation the other day. She said what she had to say. I said what I had to say, right? And I was like, okay, now I got it. And she heard what I said, and I heard what she said. And we was like, all right, that was it. We went on with our day. It was a confrontation. We had a different agreement. She was tired. I knew she was tired. She had a good night's sleep, and I was tired. And we recognize that. But we don't let that stuff linger. We deal with it. We squish it. It's fine, because we understand that we got to be heard in that moment. And it's important that we both are heard in that moment. We may not agree, but we are heard in that moment. And now we advance from that point. That's what you want. When you have confrontation, you want to make sure that you get something out of it. Don't go to battle where there's no spoil. Stop arguing about stuff that you ain't going to grow from. Stop arguing about the paint on the wall or the roach on the floor or what the color of the cloud was. That's a bunch of waste of time. If you're going to have confrontation, make sure it's about something. And then when you come away with it, make sure you got something that you can hold on to and that can advance you further. Right? You put another brick on your castle. Right? Another brick on your wall. My wife said to me the other day, she said, babe, don't come off the wall. She said, don't even come off the wall. Don't even give any time to that. You know why she can say that? Because she knows my heart. And she had to say that because she knew I will try to give time to that, because I am that person. And she had to help me, babe, don't do that, because if you do that, it's going to waste time. It's going to throw you off. It's going to mess. Don't come off the wall. That was the word she gave me. Don't come off the wall. Don't even give no time to that, because it's not fruitful. It's not beneficial. You need somebody in your life who know your value, that'll tell you, don't you dare give that person none of your time. It is not going to help you. It's going to set you back. You got too much going on. She said to me. She said, you got too much. She said, you got too many fish. She said, too many irons in the fire or something, she said to me. You got bigger fish to fry. That's what she said. You know how she know I got bigger fish to fry? Because she listens to me. You know how she knows that? Because she understands what I have going on. That we talk, we share. You need somebody in your life who's going to say, no, 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 don't give no time to that. You need somebody in your life that when they see that person on your phone, because you know every time they call that person calls them, they get off that phone and they're feeling down, they're feeling defeated, they're feeling broken. You need somebody to say, don't you pick up that phone. Don't you answer that call. It is not the time. Today is not the day. I don't care if it's your child. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your uncle. I don't care if it's your best friend in the world. You have to utilize confrontation properly. It should advance you to grow. I got to go. Love y'all. I thought it was going to be a little shorter, but I'm not. Y'all know I can talk. I love you. I hear you. You hear me, but you're not listening to me. And you need to start asking yourself first, am I listening to me? Am I listening? Am I listening to me? Do I value me? Do I really love me? And if you love you, like my wife says the other day, I love my wife. I talk about it all the time. The other day she says to me, you said, I was preaching somewhere and I said, we know how you treat stuff that you love. You know how you treat stuff you love. And you guys, am I treating myself like I love stuff? Am I treating myself? Do I love myself as much as Christ loved me? And if I am, how? Prove it. Tell yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not talking about your ear. I'm not talking about your nails, your hair. I understand all that. That could be, but what are you doing to show you love the real you, the inner you? What are you doing to prove that you really love you? What are you doing to show that you really, how much time do you take in loving on you? Pouring into you. Ministering, here we go. You ready for this? To you. When's the last time you ministered to yourself? When's the last time you spoke into your own life? When's the last time you told yourself that I'm the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, the lender and not the borrower, and meant it? When was the last time you really poured into yourself? When's the last time somebody called you out your name and you told them, you can't be talking to me? Ain't no way you talking to me. When's the last time you did that? Love y'all. I do love y'all. I want y'all to prosper. God bless you. Have a good night. Y'all can wish us happy anniversary tomorrow in about another 3 hours or so, but we're gonna be asleep. But you hear me, but you're not listening. But you aren't listening. You hear me, but you ain't listening to me. I heard what you said. That's the problem. You heard what I said, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. You know, women do this all the time to brothers. Right? They don't believe they don't believe you hear them or you're listening until you really see. Let me give you, brothers, let me help you with this. Brothers, I'm gonna give y'all a quick fix. Listen to me. And ladies, when you get a chance, talk to your husband, talk to your man about this. But wait, don't talk to them when you're arguing. Just wait till you're having a date night and you have these conversations when everybody's cool. So this is what you say. Listen, brothers. When your lady is talking to you, ask questions. That's how she's going to know that you're listening. See, the reason why oftentimes they don't think you're listening because you don't ask any questions. you don't even try to understand. Like you just want them to finish talking so that you can finish watching the game or get out of that uncomfortable conversation. You see, Brother Ron. But start asking questions. Like stuff like, so why do you think you do? Why do you think you do it that way? Why do you think you feel that way? Ask questions. Because the more you ask questions, the more they'll realize that you are really listening. Because a lot of things that ladies say and things they talk about, you're not gonna get it in one shot. Yeah, you just ain't. Stop. Don't even. I understand. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your brains don't even work that way. Take a minute and ask questions. She talking. Well, I don't, okay. Huh. So where do you think that comes from? Like who in your family was like that or whatever? And then what you find out? You're gonna find out real quick that they're gonna know you're listening. And you know what you're gonna find out? You're gonna learn more about your lady. You're gonna understand her more than you ever thought you could. And you're gonna get closer together. Because now what's gonna happen is that when she says something or does something that you may think is, you could take it one or two ways. When you come to know her, you'll realize that's not what she meant. That's not how she even thinks. And some of the stuff you can avoid just by knowing and listening to what she's saying. Nah, she don't even think that way. How you know that? Because I know her. Nah, he ain't even doing that. How do you know? Because I listen to them. All right, y'all. Good night. Any questions? Okay, no questions. Thank y'all for listening. Lady Josie, I see you. God bless you. It's been a while. I'm gonna come on more once a week. All right. God bless. Love y'all. Be well.